Hey Poptropicans, it's your old pal Captain Crawfish, here today to help you play through Wimpy Boardwalk, one of our featured islands of the month for April. If you complete Wimpy Boardwalk in the month of April, you'll get bonus credits, so I'm going to show you how to do it right now. Let's get started. Here on the boardwalk for the first time, the Wimpy Kid characters are in color. As I'm talking to Rowley and Greg, we'll find out that Greg is down to his last $20 on the boardwalk, and there it goes, off in the wind, right into the hands of some waiting teens. The teens, of course, are quite happy to have a $20 bill fall out of the sky. They don't seem to care that it's Greg, citing the historic case of finders versus keepers. Off they go. Greg is gonna skedaddle right after them. Now, will his best friend Rowley help him out? Of course not. Those big kids look scary. He wants us to help. Rowley, you're twice the size I am, but alright. I'm a Poptropican. This is what we do. So we'll head down past these games on the boardwalk and keep going until we get to the scene exit all the way to the right. And by the way, if you haven't had a chance to try out the Snowpocalypse minigame, I recommend it. Okay, a little more boardwalk past the arcade. There's a kid crying here. Why is he crying? He lost his flying disc up on the roof. The roof is very hot and we would not be able to go up there, so let's remember that for later. Greg, looking for the $20 bill, seems to have lost sight of it. We'll continue to look, head over to the right, and this is going to take us down to the beach. A couple things happening on the beach. The first that we'll see here is this guy who takes, souvenir photos of people. So there's this cutout of the woman in a bathing suit, and you can get your picture taken with her, and it looks like you're posing with a woman in a bathing suit. It's so funny, and it's very much the kind of thing you will see at a boardwalk of this type. He charges $5 for it. You don't have $5. No, you don't have to get $5. If you have this conversation with him, he'll take a free picture for you. You don't get the picture or the keychain, but you do get the complimentary Sunblock that comes with it. So there you go. Enjoy that. Next, we will find this guy with the metal detector here and talk to him to see what he's looking for. Well, first we find out, yes, it is a metal detector. There are a lot of things buried in the sand, which is cool. Maybe that'll come in handy for us later. He says he's looking for something in particular. At this point, we don't know what it is. We will find out later. And continue to the right. There's a few more people on the beach that we want to interact with. This lady wants us to get out of the way, mentioning seagulls being annoying, and this sunburned gentleman has his own sunscreen that is not getting the job done. It is not a high enough SPF. Maybe he's not reapplying. I'm not really sure. But despite already being the shade of a Roma tomato, he does want better sunblock. We just got free sunblock. Why didn't he get free sunblock? I don't know. But we'll trade him. Now he'll give us extra oily sunscreen. Now we know that this sunscreen isn't very good for, well, this is suntan lotion. But we know this lotion isn't good for blocking the sun, but maybe the extra oiliness will come in handy later. Feel free to go swimming. Now let's head back. Actually, looks like a pretty good day to go to the beach. Back here on the boardwalk, after going to the beach the first time and doing all those things, now we can see that the teenagers have the money under the boardwalk and they're kind of playing a prank with it. Every time you try to get it, they'll pull it back. So clearly we have some work to do if we want to get that money back. There is a whole lot of unexplored boardwalk to the left as we head back past this arcade. To the left, we'll go back to the main part of the boardwalk. Once again, going past the games, which we can't play yet. You see that big caterpillar there is a jumbo prize. It says if you win every game on the boardwalk, you'll get that prize. But without tokens, you can't play any of the games. You can't win any of them at all. So we'll head past all of these games and left out of this scene, which we have not yet been to. This scene is all of the rides. You see some cotton candy right there. Some kid is flying around a remote-controlled helicopter, which is fairly awesome. The popcorn guy says that there are free refills if you have a bag. We don't have a bag, but maybe we can find one. Check the bumper cars. There's a line. And to the left of that is going to be, well, a trash can that has bees all over it, so jump over that for now. And let's check out all the way on the left. Lady in the parking lot has lost her keys and promises us a reward if we can return them. So we've seen almost everything. We could go in the fun house at this point. I'm not because I don't need to. And maybe I want to find a way to deal with these bees. Not the bees, not the bees. Up here on the cranium shaker is a trash can lid. It's where you would expect to find a trash can lid. Click on it. It's not a kind of item that goes into your inventory. It's the kind that you pick up in the scene and hold. Now go back to the trash can and you can actually just walk into the bees. Ooh. Yep. And now the bees are contained within the trash can and the trash can becomes pushable. So I'm going to push it past the bumper cars, past the popcorn guy, all the way back to the cotton candy stand. Once you get there, click on the trash can to open it, and the bees fly off to the cotton candy. Here's one of our favorite things to do in Poptropica, dig through trash. So amid all the pizza crusts and banana peels and crumpled up wrappers, somewhere in here, okay, I'm seeing it now, is the red and white striped popcorn bag. Remember, we were offered free refills from the guy at the popcorn stand if we had our own bag. So here's this gently used bag from the trash can. He doesn't need to know that. Great. Full bag of popcorn, and if you'll notice the action button on the card says dump, which should give you a hint of what to do. If not, that's why you're watching a walkthrough. Go next to this lady on the beach, dump the popcorn next to her, and here come all the annoying seagulls, which drive her off and allows you access to her blanket, which you will need in just a moment. The guy with the metal detector was looking for something he said he lost, and now at this point you'll notice a bird flying with something. Jump up and grab it. It's a keychain picture with that guy in it, so he's the dude who ponied up to have that picture to remember this lovely beach vacation. Give it to him, return him his lost item, and he's just going to straight up give you a metal detector for that. Now, the picture was $5, and a metal detector costs, I think, hundreds of dollars. So, you know, not good sense, not good financial sense on his part, but now I have a metal detector. The metal detector minigame works by moving the metal detector over the sand. When you get near something metal, you'll see it start to blink, and you'll see little lines appear. And when it turns green, then you click on it to pick it up. Now this first time, the only thing you're going to find is under the beach blanket. It's a set of car keys. Remember, the lady in the parking lot was looking for car keys, and my character here says, what else can I find in the sand? Well, let's give it a try. Let's take a look. Once you have the car keys, whenever you use the metal detector, you'll find tokens buried randomly around the sand. I don't think that there's a limit to how many you can pick up in any given time. There might be. My advice really is pick up a few. I'm going to grab, you see the first one appeared and they're kept track of down in the corner. I'm going to grab a few this time because I have a lot of games to play on the boardwalk. So again, just kind of move around quickly until you see it start to blink, then slow down and you'll see the blinking happen faster or slower depending on whether you're moving toward or away from the buried item. And when it turns green, again, go ahead and click right on the green light to pick up the item. So I've got 4 tokens now. Maybe there are some more buried. I'm all the way down at the water's edge now. I think that's going to do it. I'm just kind of quickly sweep back and forth. Yeah, I have 4 tokens. I mean, why spend all day doing this? You can always come back and get more. So let's head back to, all the way back, all the way to the left, to where the lady who needed the keys is. Give her the keys. And in return, she's going to give us a pair of flip-flops. And I like how she just says, maybe these can help you somehow. Like, that's something you say to people, right? Take my helpful flip-flops. And we indeed actually will be able to use those flip-flops helpfully. First, I'm going to stop at the boardwalk games and spend my tokens. Now, this one is actually rigged, the Himalayan Hurl. All you can do is click. It doesn't matter where you click. Your character will throw the ball, and it will not ever go into the colored hole. If it doesn't go in that red hole, you're not going to win. So you can try this 1,000 times at this point, and you won't be able to win. We will be able to win later, and I will show you how to do that, but I just wanted to show it to you right now. You're low on luck. That might be a hint. Yes, it is rigged. The other games are not rigged, and they're not actually all that hard, so I'll show you how to do them. In Fastball Fury, you will throw a baseball 3 times. The first 2 times, you'll see what speed you threw it at. And then the third time, it's going to ask you what speed you threw it at. On the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see that speed bar going up and down. And when you click, wherever that bar is, that's the speed. So you see twice in a row I'm going to click when it's about 2/3 of the way up, and I get 78 and 79 miles an hour. So I'm going to click again, and now it's going to say which of these three. So that was very easy. It was 71 miles an hour. The other two I never came close to. So all you do is the first two, try to throw it at the same speed. And then when you're given the options to guess, it's going to be the one closest to the speed that you had for your first two throws. Circus Soaker is maybe more straightforward and self-explanatory. It's also a little bit harder. When you click, you'll see the water stream come out of your gun, and where your cursor is will direct where it goes. It does move in kind of an arc. And what you're trying to hit is that small black circle inside the clown's mouth, and the clown rotates back and forth in kind of a very difficult pattern to understand, so there's not really any tip I can give you for this. You may just need to practice, but all you're doing is aiming for that little black circle. It's not really at the clown's mouth, it's the circle. And if you do well enough, you'll see the balloon popped, and now I've got this prize. One more token for now. I will just head to Space Fling. This is a ring toss game. You click on each ring to grab it, then move the mouse up and let go. The key to this one, it's partly how fast you move the mouse. You don't want to move it too fast, but the real trick is that you want to move it in a straight line. You want to move it straight up and down. As you see, I'm doing that fairly well here. If you move it at an angle, it'll tilt. And you actually only need to get one of those rings on. I got two. You just need one to win a prize. So it's pretty fair. It shouldn't take you too many tries, but again, straight up and down is the key. Now I have no tokens left, so I'll head back, but actually, that kid had his flying disc on the roof, and now I have the world's most helpful flip-flops if I can find them in my inventory. There they go on my feet, and now I can walk on this hot roof. There's the toy, and I can head right back down to the boardwalk and give it back to the kid. And of course he'll be happy to get his toy back, and like everybody else he'll give me a reward, but not a material reward. He's going to give me the most valuable thing of all, knowledge. If you jiggle the handle on the claw game, you can get a free game. Despite the out of order sign, after getting that lesson we can click on it and now jiggle it, free game starts. Hit the flashing start button. Now this works like any claw game. You just move the joystick left or right to position the claw, and then press the flashing drop button to pick something up. You get 3 attempts, and we're actually looking for the third thing. So you saw me pick up that robot. Now I'm going to pick up this football. As you know, these things always slip out, but there's one prize in here that won't slip out. It's that suspicious green pile there. There we go. Congratulations, we now have fake vomit. Before I head back, I actually need to go get a couple more tokens out of the sand. So, same thing, you can do this anytime you want. Head back to where the sand is, past the guy who is just standing there, admiring his photo, I guess, and use the metal detector. Same deal, move it around until you see it start blinking. There you go, I found it right away. Click on the green button. I only need a couple. I'm going to grab a few just in case I mess up, but I don't think that I need to show you this all again. With the magic of video editing, I don't have to. Cue the Benny Hill music as we finish this at 500 speed. Alright, I've got 4 tokens. Probably won't need them all, but it's good to have extra just in case. Here is Pirate Panic. This is one of the games where you need to throw a ball to knock over some bottles. Again, kind of like the ring toss, you just grab it and fling it. There you go. First try. I didn't even go in there knowing what I was doing. That was essentially just a wild shot. But hey, it worked, so don't come crawling to me if you can't do it. As for that Himalayan hurl, Himalayan hurl is what I would do if I were climbing Mount Everest and I looked down. Greg is there now, and he says, we need Rowley's lucky rabbit foot. Okay, well, where's Rowley? You see him back there in the bumper cars, but the line has only gotten longer, and not only that, it hasn't moved. The same kid has been waiting this whole time. If we want to clear them out, just add fake vomit. There's a mass panic on the boardwalk, and now talk to this guy again. Guess whose turn it is? This leads us to a pretty fun little mini game where we're going to attempt to get Rowley's rabbit's foot by knocking it out of his bumper car. You'll see we're in the white car, most of the rest of them are green, and then Rowley is in the red car. In the minute and a half that you have, you need to bump Rowley's car 3 times. It's not super easy, but it's plenty of time, so just keep going after him. He's a slippery devil. See, so you see the speech bubble comes up when I hit him, so now I've hit him twice. Need to get him one more time. It's going to be so satisfying when I finally hit him. There we go. You see his rabbit's foot go flying. Now, the thing is you have to drive over to it to pick up the rabbit's foot. So hitting him 3 times isn't enough. You have to make sure to drive over to the rabbit's foot. With the rabbit foot in your inventory, you don't have to do anything special. You just play the game as normal, pay your token. This time, when you click the completely random Himalayan hurl toss, you'll see it is drawn as if by magic toward the red hole. And it's gonna eventually... It's fun. It's fun watching it bounce. Alright, looks like... Oh my god, come on. Alright, it's in. Now, not only did we win the prize... There it is. That was the last of the Boardwalk games that we needed to win. So here now is the jumbo prize, which is the big caterpillar. There it is. If you remember, the kid flying that cool helicopter really wanted the jumbo prize. Let's go talk to him, and if we use the caterpillar in another sort of ill-advised trade by a denizen of the Boardwalk, he is willing to give us his far more expensive remote-controlled helicopter. Sweet. Alright, head left. There's one scene we have not gone to yet in this playthrough because we haven't needed to. Now we do. It's inside this funhouse. This is not a funhouse in maybe the classic sense. It's more of just a playground for little kids. However, there is a big kid apparently stuck in the slide, and a lady who says her son is maybe hidden in that ball pit. Head up to the top. Big trouble. Why is a big kid stuck in a slide? Of course it's Rowley. Well, remember, we got extra oily suntan lotion that doesn't protect you from the sun. What it might do is help Rowley get out of the slide. And he discovers Fragley hiding in the ball pit, so this is where winners play, I guess, is in this funhouse. And our reward for finding Fragley is fish sticks, which leftover fish sticks on a hot day at the beach, probably not what we want to eat, but maybe somebody at the beach does. Now use the fish sticks as bait. Just use the card and it will automatically put it onto the remote-controlled helicopter. Now, when you use the remote-controlled helicopter, you can use this as bait. So this will follow your cursor. If you see there's a crab, there he is. There's a crab reaching for it, just fly over to him. And now to put the helicopter back in your inventory, just click. Okay, so we now have a remote-controlled helicopter with a crab on the end. I think it is pretty obvious what we want to do with this. Again, if not, that's why I'm here. Head back to where the $20 bill was on the boardwalk. Those teens keep pulling it away. Well, now we have an ace up our sleeve. It's a crab on a helicopter. Fly it over there and the crab will grab hold of the money, and now the teens can't pull it back. With the money in place, let's see what Greg has to say about this. The crab's got the money! I guess that's an improvement from teenagers having the money. Now head down here and to the left under the boardwalk to where the teenagers were before. They're bored. They've had their fun with us. And Greg retrieves his $20 just in time to have to go home. All in all, not a great day at the boardwalk for Greg or for Rowley, but for Poptropicans, it's spectacular. Here comes the Island Medallion, and if you beat Wimpy Boardwalk in the month of April, you're going to get bonus credits even if you've beaten it before. So head on over to poptropica.com. It's free to play. We hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you, as always, for playing Poptropica.